Margaret once had a full life. She lived in a small town in Pennsylvania with her husband Robert Lewis, a factory worker with a gentle smile and tired eyes. They didn't have much money, but their house was filled with laughter, warmth, and dreams. Their only child, Daniel Lewis, was everything to them. Margaret woke up every morning before sunrise to pack Daniel's lunch. She stitched his torn clothes, attended every school meeting, and defended him even when he was wrong. "Boys will be boys," she used to say. Robert used to warn her, "You love him too much." Margaret would smile and reply, "A mother can never love her child too much." She didn't know then how dangerous that belief could be. When Daniel was 19, Robert died suddenly of a heart attack. Margaret still remembered that day clearly: the sound of the ambulance, the cold hospital hallway, the doctor's quiet voice. "You're strong," people told her. But Margaret wasn't strong. She was just surviving. Daniel changed after his father's death. He became angry, impatient, and distant. College didn't work out. Jobs never lasted long. Arguments became common. Still, Margaret stood by him. She sold her wedding ring to pay his debts. She skipped meals so he could eat. She lied to neighbors to protect his image. A mother's love has no conditions. One evening, Daniel came home drunk. His eyes were cold. "Mom," he said, "I need money." Margaret shook her head gently. "I don't have any left, Danny." Something broke inside him. "You're useless!" he shouted. "Dad's gone, and you're just a burden now." Those words pierced deeper than any knife. The next morning, Daniel was gone. No goodbye. No note. No phone call. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. Margaret waited. Every knock on the door made her heart race. Every ringing phone brought hope. But Daniel never came back. Margaret grew old alone. Her eyesight weakened. Her hands shook more. The house became quieter with every passing year. Neighbors moved away. Friends passed on. But every Sunday, Margaret cooked Daniel's favorite meal: meatloaf and mashed potatoes. She set 2 plates. One for herself. One for a son who never returned. Sometimes she spoke to his empty chair. "I forgive you," she whispered. "Just come home." But silence answered her every time. At 68, Margaret slipped on the stairs and fractured her hip. The hospital asked for an emergency contact. She hesitated. "There's no one," she said softly. Recovery was slow. Painful. Daniel never called. He never asked. Maybe he didn't even know. Or maybe he didn't care. That thought hurt the most. One night in the hospital, Margaret felt something different. Not pain. Not sadness. Acceptance. She asked the nurse for paper and a pen. With trembling hands, she began to write. "Dear Daniel, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer here. I want you to know something important. I never stopped loving you. Not when you yelled at me. Not when you left, not even when the world forgot me. I am proud of you, even if you never became what I dreamed. Because you were mine." Tears fell onto the paper. She folded the letter carefully and placed it in an envelope. The next morning, Margaret didn't wake up. The nurse tried to shake her gently. Nothing. Margaret Lewis passed away quietly, alone, with her letter resting beside her. Hours later, a call finally came. "Is this Daniel Lewis?" "Yes. Your mother has passed away." The line went silent. Daniel's world stopped. Daniel arrived at the hospital too late. Too late to apologize. Too late to explain. Too late to say I love you. A nurse handed him the envelope. She wanted you to have this. His hands shook as he read the letter. Every word crushed his heart. Memories flooded back, his mother waiting at the window, cooking his favorite meals, defending him against the world. He fell to his knees. I'm sorry, Mom, he cried. I'm so sorry. But forgiveness doesn't erase regret. Daniel returned to the old house. Dust covered the furniture. Silence filled every corner. In the kitchen, he found 2 plates still set on the table. One for her. One for him. That broke him completely. He realized something too late, a mother's love doesn't disappear. But time does. At Margaret's funeral, only a few people came. Daniel stood alone, holding her photograph. I failed you, he whispered. But in his pocket, the letter reminded him of something powerful. Even when the world abandons you, a mother's love never dies. Ending message perfect for voiceover. If your mother is still alive, don't wait. Don't assume there's time. Because one day, the chair will be empty, and forgiveness will come too late.